Alright, howdy ho folks. Multiversal Medium here for another episode of Dread Delusion. Last time we left off, we put down one of our closest friends. This episode, we're gonna talk to a ghost. So why not? This is where it all started. The mercenary outfit known as the Dark Stars. Vela, Jack, Basalt, and Orlaith. Just the three of them in a cave with a rickety stoop, barely skyworthy. On one of their first jobs, they found me. Or rather, the real me. Or I looked like a rubbish painting, she grins. The three of them dang near killed me. So wait, you fought Vela? Get to the point, Ghost. Why do you not work like the other ghosts? How come you're just like fully aware of being a ghost, fully like able to move to and from, just got this whole like, you work different from other ghosts as far as I can tell. Anyways, so wait, you fought Vela? That's right, stranger. They'd been hired by a Ryovian noble to round up Wiccans in Hallowshire, back before the Union was here in full force. Oh wait, you're a Wiccan? I guess that kind of makes sense. So I woke up one morning with Orlaith's sword at my throat, in her full Emberian armor. It was quite the shock. Though, not as much of the shock I gave her. A bolt of pure electricity surging through all that metal. Surprised you know what electricity is. Like, how did... I'm curious about the tech level of this universe is all. Like, yeah, obviously the Emberians were very technologically advanced, but they seem to be very steamworky. So just curious how the universe's views on electricity is, basically. Anyways, and so we fought, me and my godlet, versus the three of them. I almost escaped, but seeing Vela fight is something else. Usually I can scry what someone plans to do, but Vela's thoughts are bristling with possibilities. Before I knew it, she was behind me with a dagger to my neck. I thought I was dead, but she simply asked, "How would you like to be a merc?" And so they brought me back here, to their hideout, and 3 became 4. You have to understand, stranger. I spent my youth cowering from the Union and their agents. My parents taught me all I know of Wiccan magic, of how to hear the language of cipher in all things. But when my parents vanished, I was left with no one. When I told Vela my story, she wept and embraced me. It had been a long time since I'd felt the touch of another person. And looking into her eyes was like staring into the void. Normally, stranger, I can read people, catch a glimpse of what's to come. But Vela? Her future was a tangle of infinite possibility. She was unreadable. It was intoxicating. Oh great, Vela's the frickin' Fateless from Kingdoms of Amalur. I told you, like, early on in this series, like, right from the get-go, it's like, it feels like Vela's the protag. Like, Vela's always been the protag to the story. And we're just, like, some side character kind of nudging the protag into making a certain choice at this point. Those first few years with the Dark Stars, it was the first time I felt like I belonged somewhere. My comrades didn't fear my cipher. They relied on it. You never mentioned you were a Dark Star. You had it tough growing up, I'm sorry. She doesn't need my pity. She really doesn't. You never mentioned you were a Dark Star. She smirks. That wouldn't be very mysterious of me now, would it? I have a certain reputation to uphold, being a ghost and all. Oh, you're freaking loving this, aren't you? Besides, as far as I'm concerned, the Dark Star company that I knew is gone. Oh. Oh, guess we just need to find her again somewhere else. Oh, wait. Hecke? Oh, it just... Okay. Yeah, that was it. Basically entering me into a different instance. Okay. So that she can move. Dealt with the same thing over at the house. In those early days of the Dark Stars, Ayla took contracts from anyone. The Union, the Wiccans, even outlaws. But it was about the cause, not the coin. He couldn't stand the thought of being like her father, whose military campaigns had wrought so much upheaval. If a contract smelled fishy, we turned it down and went hungry. We didn't mind. But when we took a job, nothing could stop us. It wasn't long before our numbers swelled and we outgrew this tiny cave. Soon enough, everyone, from the lowest ruffian to the loftiest noble, knew of the Dark Stars. What made people want to follow Vela? Or, so what went wrong? No, I know why people wanted to follow her. Like, she's charismatic to a obscenely high degree. She's strong beyond most people's comprehension. And even someone who can slightly predict the future like this one wasn't able to comprehend what the heck and where the heck Vela was going. She's got a mystique about her. I understand why people followed. But what went wrong? To pay the new recruits, Vela had to be less scrupulous with her contracts. I clashed with her at times. When she slew the minor god, Cernan, I flew into a rage. I never wanted the blood of a god on my hands. It was when she found that dang Denberian key that things really got out of hand. There's an island drifting to the northwest of the Clockwork Kingdom that contains the wreckage of the Black Goblin airship. Meet me there, and I will finish this story. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to make our way to the Clockwork Kingdom. Okay. Kind of planning on going there after this whole endless nonsense anyways. That's fair. Love this floating tree. So floating. Very tree. Can't remember when we first entered the Endless Realm if she was telling us to come over here or not. Kind of just saw her on that island. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. She's here now. Oh, well. Let's see here. Well, my classic ideology of how to handle open world games is to skip the main quest as long as I can. Which means we just need to find out which way is not the Duchess. And once we do that, I think we're gravy for exploring the Endless Realm. Hashtag rude, Entombed One. Don't need to get grumpy every single time I'm explaining how I want to explore, man. Hashtag rude. Ooh, interesting landmark. There we go. That is a very interesting landmark. It's a tower. Oh, there's one of those dragons. Oh. Cool. Wonder if I can see that dragon if I go up there. Just chat with it. Have a nice little powwow. Can I talk to the giant dragons? I kind of want to. Yeah, it's just kind of chilling, and there's a little platform there. Yeah, let's go for it. Fucking hecky to the yeah. I feel like dragon, like, non-villainous characters have been kind of... I need to rephrase that. Basically, I feel like fantasy games have kind of gotten rid of the whole mystical dragon that's actually just a wise one trying to help you a lot. Dragons have started being showcased a lot more in media as just very strong beasts to take down in almost any fantasy game. Whereas, like, I feel like as a kid, every single time a dragon was brought up, it was usually highly intelligent, at least in games. A lot of media as well. Like a metric ton of media. I feel like we've just shifted away from that. Dragons became... Ooh. Door is sealed by an unseen device. That or strong blow. So, need to find out some way of opening it. Oh, hey. Hope that works. Ooh, got a piece of candy. Yeah, I feel like media and games specifically have started making dragons more and more just monsters to fight as opposed to a sentient race. This one looks pretty sentient, that's for sure. Hey, what's up? Cryptworm. Oh, you guys are the cryptworms. The great creature looms overhead, engulfing you in blasts of putrid, warm breath. Though the creature's mouth does not move, a voice creeps through your mind like a choir of whispers, somehow deafening in their unison. Oh, sweet Jesus, we don't need more things resonating with my mind. At this point, is my mind just shattered after the way of all flesh died and screamed in my head? How did I keep my sanity after that? Oy vey. You are fortunate, morsel. You are tasteless. This worm has no interest in your flesh. Am I speaking to a worm? I like to think I taste quite nice. Who is this? Who phone? Who is this? We are a collective of thoughts, trapped within the mind of this worm. We are endless, a lingering echo of this worm's victims, devoured from within our crypts. Whoa! Is this what's happening with the frickin' ash in the urn I brought up? Oh my god. Wow. I wasn't expecting them to just become a collective consciousness within the creature that ate them. Does that mean if I eat enough endless, they'll start, like, possessing me and moving me around? Okay, like, let's just move past how horrific what we just learned was and keep this conversation going, because gosh, does this cryptworm look awesome. It is rare to speak with a morsel such as yourself. We have waited a long time for such an opportunity. Will you help us with a certain matter? Perhaps, but I have questions first. So, did you say you were a collection of thoughts? We have long wondered thus ourselves. Do our minds persist in this beast? Or are we ghosts, figments? We cannot say when we first gained consciousness, only that we are no longer individuals with independent thoughts, but a blending of minds, imperfectly entangled. Okay. You guys have memories of, like, being endless? Is that why you assume you're endless? Or is it just a weird hive mind that cryptworms can achieve? And through the constant conception of endless that they do, it just assumed it was endless in nature. Why do worms eat the endless? Worms are ancient creatures, sustained by magic, while we endless escape death with a lingering spell that flows through our blood. Is that? So, like, you know, I didn't even properly think about it this way. Because, like, gods quite literally just use cipher as a language. That's how they work. That's how they beget everything. Gods technically aren't doing anything that mortals arguably couldn't. At least not without enough practice and means. Because mortals can use cipher as well. Gods just... Let's say mortals can only do like 5% of a cipher spell, whereas a god could possibly do more of like 90%. They're just more in tune with Cypher as a whole. If they're at 100%, I'd say they were purely Cypher. Like, not even, like, physical form. They are just a Cypher being. So yeah, the fact that the Endless exist as they are is literally just a spell via Cypher. Which makes me wonder, can Penitent Thaw undo it? Considering, like, all the research she was doing and her familiar being a gibbering maw of her ex-husband, I feel like her turning her ex-husband into a familiar like that was outright an experiment of trying to comprehend the Cypher magic that technically made the Endless. Is Penitent Thaw technically trying to come up with a means of curing the Endless? Because it would explain her entire setup, like above the flesh farm. All the cadavers she's, like, experimenting on. The intermingling of working with, like, living flesh and comprehending the living essence of it and why it's necessary for Endless to exist and not go mad. Which, honestly, I am curious. The cadaver dudes, Cadaver Crusaders, that faction over in the Keep or whatever, seemed, I was joking about it, but very dim-witted. And it makes me wonder, because it seemed like the ones eating the non-sentient flesh were not becoming that. Were those dudes always dim-witted, or is something about actually eating sentient flesh low-key messing with their minds? It's a possibility. Anyways, moving on. So worms are drawn to us like insects to nectar. They feast on magic while we are made of it. As their jaws crush our bones, our lived experiences courses through them. They bear witness to our sorrow, our sadness, our suffering. They do not understand it, but they are addicted to it. Perhaps this is penance for the horrors we committed in the Great Devouring. The irony is not lost on us. A great few of you in there are philosophers, aren't you? Oy vey. Okay, so about this task, let us explain. We share a body with this worm, but we do not share its hunger. We are, after all, a remnant of its victims, and its feasts do not bring us pleasure. We are powerless to stop the worm ourselves, as we can exert only a limited influence on its body. But there may be a way to pacify the creature for a time. Ooh, sacrifice time? Heck yeah, man. We would simply need a delivery. A delivery of what? We require the urns of anguish sealed deep within the mausoleums. They contain the cremated remains of many Endless, who were long ago burned by the living. Ah, I knew this was gonna happen. I'm gonna feed this worm a bunch of dead souls, and the thing's probably gonna amass into a legion hive mind soul. That's awesome. It almost makes up for getting rid of the hive mind mass of flesh earlier. Almost. Oh. I'm gonna cry going to sleep at night because of what I did to the Way of All Flesh, huh? Anyways, did I read this line? I'm gonna read it again just in case. We require the urns of anguish sealed deep within the mausoleums. They contain the cremated remains of many Endless who were long ago burned by the living. A cruel fate, as their consciousness lingers. But with no body to provide sensation, the Endless trapped in those urns exist in a perpetual darkness. Though if they were to join us, it would perhaps be a better fate. Sealed urns have yet escaped the worm's nose. The ashes of such magical potency, we are sure they would satiate the worm. The mausoleums would be left in peace. Bring us 3 urns of anguish, and you will have our gratitude. 2 reside in the mausoleums. A third is elsewhere. We know not where. Can't I just slay the worm? So is there some reward, or... Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. So, I'm gonna be honest. Is there a reward? It sounds effed up what I'm about to say, but I don't think this thing eating the Endless is as horrible as the non-eaten Endless make it out. Like, seriously, listen to how chill the Endless in there are. So I don't want to just slay the worm. Like, they're reaching a weird nirvana through this stuff, weirdly enough. I don't know, if it takes like several thousand endless souls to achieve nirvana, that's still better than a majority of the living other species in the universe, from what I'm seeing. So is there some reward? We maintain a sliver of control of this worm's body. We feel a treasure lodged in its throat, accidentally consumed in the last feast. Perhaps we could dislodge it. Can't I just slay the worm? A discord of laughs ring through your mind. Your delusion is amusing, morsel. What would you slay it with? That needle you carry? No. You would simply be eaten. Furthermore, we ourselves would likely perish. We are in disagreement as to whether that is a desirable outcome. That's interesting, because yeah, I know a lot of you guys actually would like to perish, and I just arguably told you a means of possibly dying. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. Thank you, morsel. Please don't refer to me as morsel. I mean, yeah, I know I'm delicious, but I ain't a morsel. Heck, I ain't even a snack. I'm a full meal, and you best acknowledge it. Because I'm too busy being delicious. Anyway, I think there's a mausoleum or something to the right of us. Going on a freaking dragon food run. I can dig it. Okay, yeah, there's stuff over there, yeah. Yeah, look at all that stuff. Oh, stuff like... Huh. Kinda like it was designed to be something. If only I could be something. Honestly, at this point in my life, I don't think I'm ever gonna end up growing into something. Just gonna kind of be for a bit. Whatever. I'm fine with that. I think a lot of people feel the constant need to achieve something, be greater than something, go beyond what they are, leave an impact somewhere, and it's like, just chill, man. Just, like, exist for a bit. Enjoy the water. Float within. You know. No reason to fight the existentialism. Just exist. And relax. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. So... what are we looking at? That's the Rider Estate over there. That's the teleport thing? I think that's the teleport thing. Kind of looks like a teleport thing. Listen, if it's not a teleport thing, I'm gonna feel silly. After all, did you not just listen to the amount of times I said teleport thing? This is a mausoleum. Let's give it a look-see around the edges. Doesn't look like this side got eaten. Like a certain poor Miger. Curious if Miger was eaten by the cryptworm we just were talking to. Oy vey. Can't go around this side. Go around the other end. What's up, man? Goodbye, man. I am seriously curious. How much of this game can be completed pacifist? May have to try it. Yeah, maybe I will. At some point. Anybody. I mean, we wouldn't be able to finish some of the quest lines. Then again, you could argue what equates to pacifism, because I know some people have done, what is it? Dark Souls pacifist. And that equated to basically just never swinging your sword. Never attacking an enemy outright. But if you, say, had a means of poisoning an enemy by rolling into them, that's not you technically attacking them. That's simply you causing the enemy to be poisoned by being near you. Okay, grab that. Lock bug. This lock bug will weaken a lock's mechanism, making locks easier to pick. While the lock bug species is known for its love of intricate environments, this one has had a cipher etched into its carapace to make it a thief's best friend. That's awesome. I'm fine with that setting. Anyways, got another Urn of Anguish. This one's locked from the side, yeah. Oozing. Open this. See if we can't make our way. Ooh. Hashtag rude, man. I avoid so many fights that I am completely forgetting, like, decent parry back and forth nonsense. Gosh, there's nobody in here. It's kind of weird. Like, I know, arguably probably beneath this area, sealed within, are several endless, because this is a mausoleum, but this feels weird. Feels weird that Miger's the only one that was like, yeah, I want a bed in my mausoleum. Like, you're supposed to be pretending to be dead, and it's like, I can pretend to be dead on a bed. Think I can't? I'll show you. That's how I imagine that sentence and setup went. Ooh, is that a piece of candy? It is. It is a piece of candy. That gets you the yeah. Okay. So, nice old dead tree, not doing much. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start making our way over to the cave system, where the mines and all that is. Now this is the teleport majig, yeah? No, this isn't. I teleport majig so many times. Teleport thing, and this isn't one. I feel so silly. It's just a rotted house. Don't I feel silly? Not much else going on in here, though. Okay. Oh, well. That's the teleport things up there, actually. But as opposed to that, we may as well head back down the way we came and start circling back. So there were Iberian ruins beneath the waterfall, which don't know how to open those yet. Maybe we'll figure something out in the Clockwork Kingdom. Maybe some main plot nonsense will help us figure it out. But for right now, don't know. Over here is a bunch of nonsense, yada yada, blah blah. Ooh, another waterfall and a cave. Cave. Cave could be anything. Could even be a respawn point. Yeah, cool. The waterfall. Ooh, lockpicks? Sure, why not? I've had worse outcomes from going behind a waterfall. Usually just a bunch of disappointment, to be perfectly honest. Bunch of disappointment. Okay. You know what I'm starting to comprehend from the Endless Realm? That they don't know how to count. Because I swear we've seen a lot of mausoleums with very high numbers and not enough mausoleums around to equate to that many mausoleums. Like they have mausoleum like 14 or whatever over yonder, and it's like, oh, it's 14 mausoleums. It's like, no. No. Wait, how did I miss that bit? I'm gonna have to go back over there and check. It looks like a something. Definitely a something. And as you all know, I like seeing a bit of something, yeah? This is Castle of Ribs, leading to the Entombed one. Blah, blah, skip that, because that seems important, and, I don't know. I like being important and all, but I prefer to put off important things till later. You know how it is, you know how it is. Okay, anything around back? Unspent Delusions. Yeah, I haven't leveled up in like 5 episodes. I keep thinking like, yeah, I don't know what I want to spend it on. Should probably save it for later. Hashtag rude. I do have my lockpicking hat on though. Fine, fine. I'll get the bug. There we go. Fine ore, just what I did not need. Annoying because I read in an earlier version you could upgrade the ore like via alchemy to turn it into what you need. But they got rid of that for one reason or another, whatever. But then now we're just kind of saturated with fine ore because, well, you can buy it. So I don't really feel so great about getting any, to be perfectly honest. Alrighty. See here. I think this is the furthest we went out in this direction when we first came to the Endless Realm, and then we were like, oh yeah, I need to frickin' reel it in. Episode's almost over. Yeah, good times, good times. So this direction should be all new, all funky, and all fresh. See here. That's where we came in. That should be possibly around the Emberian ruin we checked out and met the Emberian for the first time. That's if I'm remembering right. Whatever. Not like I'm gonna get quizzed on. And this location is connected to this location. Kind of thing, you know? Okay, we got way over yonder. Goes away up yonder. What are we looking at? Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, a lot of graves. Not for nothing, but I'm gonna assume this area is kind of important. Got a huge tower majig over there. Yeah, this looks kind of important. Not for nothing, but I think this might be main quest. You know, with the Duchess and all that. The Duchess, who, like, summons a bunch of skeletons. You know, that Duchess. I think it might be that. Ooh, what the heck is that? How come every time I look in a random direction, I'm just like, ooh, ah, fancy. Ooh. What you got going on, boyo? The ghost writhes around in the air, recoiling from some unseen terror. Jaws, nails, teeth, tearing, bursting, clawing at your flesh. Can you feel it? Oh, the agony. It's okay, you're safe. Nothing is attacking you. You are mistaken. 6 endless feast on my flesh. They have done for hundreds of years. I'm aware they exist only in my mind. But does anything exist outside of a mind? For me, they are real. The ghost is silent for a moment, wincing in pain. Say, mortal, you want to know a secret? Yeah. See those cliffs over there? They hide a graveyard, buried deep underground. One of many. A spell of illusion conceals the entrance. During the great devouring, the endless gave into their hunger, as they held onto their remorse, their shame. So they buried their victims, far out of sight. My body lies behind those cliffs somewhere. Oh, okay. So, not for nothing, but... illusion, you say? Hey! Illusions where? Would they be? Graveyards hidden? I am so curious to find his body now. Ooh, it's like a scavenger hunt. It's gotta suck though, like legit. Like he's aware he's a ghost. He's aware it's not like true, but also his entire existence just is that. So it doesn't matter if he's aware of it or not. It simply is for him at all times. There we go. Ooh. Got me some fine ore. Just what I don't really need. You said behind those cliffs? There are many cliffs. As if the entire map is made of them. I will someday find what he meant. I do want to explore. But, gosh, am I probably going to run into various other directions before I do that? The heck was that? Is that just, like, the Quake thing happening in me? Oh, what's up, man? Oh, nope. Really interesting face you got going on, man. Really interesting face. Is that because of the, thingamabob, or... Nope, your face is just like that. Not for nothing, but you're weird. I hope you take that to heart. You're weird. Oh, there's more weirdos over here. You guys got like a fungus thing going on, don't you? Gross. Ooh. Down there. This is... okay. Yeah. Keep the pots going, man. Keep that magic flowing. Okay. Okay. Excuse me? Oh, yeah, you're infected with that thing, too. Huh. You guys just got some sort of parasite going? Is that what's happening? It kind of feels like you got some sort of parasite going. Not for nothing. Just kind of feels like you're, really gross and grody. Oh. Ooh, save point. Oh, there's even a person right here. Hold up, I don't want to just keep wasting magic, so... What you got going on? The resident scratches at the painful crystalline growth which protrudes from its left eye. I just want this nightmare to end. What happened? I could feel it in my face. She's inside me, crawling out. There's a woman inside you? Pieces of many people together. She's filling my face up with sharp corners. Stay out of the mines. She wants to grow. Just want this nightmare to end. Who are you? This question distresses him greatly, and he begins to whimper. Who was I? Perhaps... No, that can't be right. Think I was a foreman? Or a miner? Maybe. Was I a soldier? I remember being a young boy when the Crusades came and... No, it must have been his mother. That can't have been me either. Some of these memories aren't mine. Oh, cool. We see the other end of the hive mind nonsense. Gosh, you endless just have it really rough right now, don't you? Shucks. Oh, is this the way into the mines? Huh. Fancy. Now we got a crystalline parasite that's amassing all the consciousnesses into one. How grotesque. Lovingly so. Well, that's that. And the other direction was the main quest. And what was the hole in the wall? And who was Resident 64? Huh. Oh, I know there was a hole with a door in the wall over here. Let's check that out first. Right over yonder? Yeah, right over yonder. Is this just the mine still? Oh yeah, it's just a different entrance to the mine. Okay. Well, now we know how backtracking is going to work. It's going to be awesome when we finally do that. It's someplace from up above. Did I explore that area? I don't think I did. Huh. Am I just bad at exploring? I thought I was good at that. I thought it was one of the things I was good at. Not good at a lot of things, just a few. And one of them I thought was exploring. Now you're telling me I suck at it? Gosh darn it. Oh well. Deal with it bit by bit. Let's see here. Ooh. Nice little cave. Candy, piece candy, piece candy, piece candy. And... oh. Well, that's useful. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth with that one. Sure is a heck lot more useful than just having to go all the way around, that's for sure. Ooh, Death's Veil. So if this was an endless, their consciousness is still there. Just unable to leave. That's upsetting. I'm curious how many endless try to die in different ways. Just never truly were able to. Okay, that's a lot. Yep. Let's get this going, man. You know what I haven't done in a while? This button. Let's see here. Arrow. 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 Yeah. I haven't done that in forever. Oh, how did I know how I messed that. I suck at shooting. That's how I messed that. Always been bad at shooting in games. Like, seriously. Type of fool that needs to line up a shot for like 30 minutes just to occasionally hit. That's if I'm lucky. Okay. It looks like a whole lot of nothing, though, thus far. I got a couple ways up. Okay. I can dig it. Where are we going? Oh. We got treasure. What's this? Urn of Anguish. Why am I not surprised? And what's this? Rusty Greatsword. Great swords are slow, brutal weapons that can cleave and smash through anything they connect with. This one, mind you, seems to be more rust than sword at this point. Heck yeah, man. Honestly, I wasn't expecting getting another sword anytime soon. That's awesome. Not expecting another weapon whatsoever. So what, through here? Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, I think we got all 3 urns, so we may as well turn that in. Unless I have some other option for it. Oh. Yeah, well... Wait, is it gonna let me turn them all in? Morbid appetite, but you will need to bring all 3 to the worm. I mean, I know I have all 3. I picked up one before it... Okay. We'll try to turn them in. The quest line just kind of seems like in an update saying I have all 3 at once. So I picked up one earlier. Oh well, we'll see. Just gonna have to wait and see. Oh, what we working with, man? Greetings, O tasteless morsel. We are pleased to find that you still smell disgusting. Hey, appreciate it. You don't smell good either. I have the urns you wanted. Yes, yes. Beast can smell them. Its hunger grows. For your own sake, morsel, drop them where you stand, lest you be devoured. You drop the urns just before the worm's massive jaws and close them in a single, terrible motion. For a moment the creature is deadly still, then a great spasm moves through its body. Such potency! Such dreadful flavor. The worm is overwhelmed, morsel, and we can already feel our ancient allies joining us. Please take this. Ooh, we gained a glorious treasure. Glimmer of Delusion. Okay. The worm convulses, and with a horrible sound, it coughs up a treasure chest encased in a huge mound of phlegm. We bid you farewell, morsel. The worm is overcome with a great energy. It will fly, and then it will sleep. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like that design a lot. I really do. Those things look awesome. I'm glad I was able to see one up close. Because honestly, I've been curious about them for a minute. Like, hardcore. Ever since I first saw one. Like, I think I saw one in the trailer and I was like, oh, come on, that's cool. That's really cool. For some reason, that instantly popped off, so let's try to pop it back on. Pop potion. Becky to the, yeah. Oh, there was a bridge or something. Over here. May as well check it out. Yeah, did I just miss this, or... How did I miss this? How did I miss this? Is this not here when I don't have this on? No, it is. It is. I'm just blind sometimes. Okay. Whatever. There's a reason I wear glasses, I guess. That reason is related to the fact that sometimes I just don't see things. Didn't you just say there was a landmark? Yeah, this looks like an interesting landmark. Don't you lie to me, boy. You said this was a landmark. I'm gonna mark it as a landmark. Oh, what's up? Yenlis sweeps the ground with his rake, though he just seems to be moving around the dirt. As you approach, he looks startled. Ah, breather. Didn't notice you there. Not often I see your kind around. Who are you? Who am I? Well, that's a good question. I've been wondering myself lately. I seem to have forgotten my name a few decades back. I'm surprised this doesn't come up more often. Was it Yum? Or Glupus, perhaps? It's all a jumble. Like, seriously, some of these unlists have to be very isolated. Since they're not talking to people, I'm not surprised they forget their names. Anyways, I'm the groundskeeper for the Duchess. At least I think I am. Not seen the girl for a good century or so. And I'm starting to wonder if I made the whole thing up. What is this place? Time ago, before we lot called ourselves Endless, these islands were known as Verdant. Our houses were made from beautiful wood, not those huge stone tombs you see today. This part of the island is the only place left where you can see a remnant of how things used to be. The rest of it is all rotted away. It's also where the Duchess lives, but she never leaves her manor. Can I visit the Duchess? You can sure try. Her family manor is over yonder, but it's mostly just a ruin now, and she's hidden the entrance with a spell. You have to figure out how to get across somehow. He's also enchanted a bunch of skeletons to patrol the place, so watch your step. They can't really think. It's just a spell holding them together, so they won't hesitate to swipe at you. Thanks, I'll be going. Appreciate it. So this is the main quest. Cool. 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 So, your groundskeeper, you're not really upkeeping your house, but I guess you are upkeeping the ground. So I guess I can't find fault in you. I can try. Honestly, I could probably do it really easily, but I shouldn't. Really shouldn't. Okay, then we're exploring over there. I've decided. We're officially going to the place I thought had the Duchess, but didn't. We're doing it quickly, because the episode's almost over. And do anything quickly in this game, you gotta run. Yeah. Gosh, I love this spell so much. Alrighty. 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 Now, excuse me, good sir. Excuse me? I said, excusey. Out of here with your nonsense. There we go. Up another one of these. And, we'll have that going, okay. Let's see here. I'm always curious, does, like, the worm still work, the Leech of Truth? When, like, it stops doing the sky as well? Like, is it still doing what it's supposed to? I guess I'm gonna be able to test it with the, caves I found earlier, but... I don't know, it feels like it glitches out, stops working, and it's like, okay, now I need to just take it off and re-equip it now, and I feel like a weenie. I don't like feeling like a weenie. I mean, it's my default state of being, but I still don't like it. Ooh, what do we got here? We got a book and a ghost. It was on this hill that the last defenders fell. Oh, how the endless swarmed upon them. How they feasted upon flesh and blood. Still see it, mortal. I can smell the sickly, sweet stench of death. I can feel the cold chill of death upon my phantom skin. This is a place of remembrance. You have not come here out of respect. I must ask you to leave. I came to pay my respects. Ooh, need 60. I appreciate the gesture. However, as a young mortal, you cannot hope to fully comprehend what happened here. For that reason, I must keep the tomb sealed. Hold up. I want you to, notice one thing. I have this wonderful hat. I came to pay my respects. But with a bit more success, and honorable intent. I'll unlock the door to the rest of the tomb. You may mourn in peace. Appreciate it. So, what happened here? I need to know if I'm going to mourn, right? When the endless were first created, they were consumed by an insatiable hunger. They fell upon their mortal brethren and committed unspeakable acts. It is a time known as the years of devouring. Spirits like myself are a vestige of trauma. I do not simply remember those unspeakable years. I live them still. But I hold on enough to my wits that I can tell the past from the present, for the most part. So I watch over this place to ensure that folk remember. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having a book, by the way. Love reading these. Buried Guilt by Vleckum. Ether spurred the gelatinous flank of his steed, but to no avail. The creature still floated at the same sluggish pace, its tentacles trailing through the grass. He had no idea where Lord Ardid had found such a creature, but it was little better than a silk slug. It swayed at an erratic pace that made Ether's armor shift and chafe against his ancient skin. His body was always racked with an assortment of pains and aches. Such was the fate of being endless. But this constant irritation caused chunks of his flesh to come away when he itched, flesh that would never grow back. As Ether crossed a wave bridge, he glanced below, miles downward, past floating islands and drifting clouds. He saw clusters of artificial lights, throbbing and pulsing in the gloom of the world's surface. For this story, dear reader, takes place in the First Cadaver Crusade, when Emberian cities still thrived. Ether's steed had stopped. He looked up to see a humble dwelling, not a few decades old. Smoke rose from its chimney, betraying its mortal inhabitants. Lord Ardid would be pleased. He dismounted and drew his sword. Though his stomach growled, he would not feed today. Fresh meat was to be procured and returned to the war party. Rations were then distributed fairly. That said, Ether had long suspected that his lord liked to keep his troops hungry, to cloud their judgment and foster their rage. The door buckled behind his weight easy enough. The boy stood before him, bewildered. Ether's sword slid gently between the boy's ribs, and he crumbled to the floor. Somewhere a woman screamed, a familiar sound of late. An old man burst forth and impaled Ether with a spear. This was somewhat irritating, as his chest was already so full of holes that it whistled in strong winds. Ether grabbed the man by the throat and raised his sword to strike, but something stopped Ether as he looked at the man. He felt a stirring inside him. Something about those eyes was like looking into a cloudy mirror. Could it be? The old man had stopped struggling against Ether's grip. The same distant recollection had dawned upon him as well. The old man swallowed, stuttered, then croaked. "Father?" Ether's grip relaxed. He dropped the man. He dropped his swords. A horror engulfed him. First glimmer of true emotion he had felt in a long time. Before he knew what was happening, a woman had picked up his sword and chopped off his head. The world rushed to meet him. With a thud, he lay there, blinking slowly as his family hacked his body into pieces. He buried Ether in the garden in a gesture of undeserved respect. He kept his face motionless, so they thought him truly dead. He was too cowardly to do otherwise. It was a shallow grave, and sounds of the forest filtered down to him. When the guilt and shame subsided, he felt a kind of peace. being so close to those he once loved. Family. Son, he mouthed the words in the dirt, to an audience of worms and insects. But one day, or night he knew not, he awoke from his mindless stupor, to the sounds of flames and screams. He listened to the cries, the carnage, the terror. But the silence that followed was worse. Then voices, movement, a dazzling light. He was pulled from the dirt, by his hair, held aloft by the grip of Lord Arden himself. The bastard's grin was a gash that spread from ear to ear. Well, well, he said, what have we found here? Ether looked past his lord to the smoldering house in the distance. 3 fresh corpses were lying neatly in a row. Yep. Christ almighty. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, look at that floating painting. It's very floaty. It's very painting. Open up the chest. Alluring perfume. A perfume bottle inscribed with cipher. Useful when persuading with charm. Enchanted vapors can be powerful, but unreliable. This item grants a small chance to pass a charm test that the user would otherwise fail. That is cool. I like that, actually. Awesome. Not a guaranteed go-to, but definitely useful all the same. Okay, well, let's see here. Get a nice return home spell going. Alright, buckos. It's been an episode. We've run around every which way. We fought a dragon. It wasn't a dragon, it was a worm. Just like everything else in this game. Gosh dang it, the amount of things that are actually just worms. Anyways, we fed a worm. It gained a higher sense of self and being, while being countless other beings, and we learned how truly screwed up the Endless Curse is. But, all that said, it's been an episode. Which means I will talk to you guys in another episode of Dread Delusion. And until then, ciao!